Imagine a chemical that was used to kill pests and rats in history. What would be in that chemical? How deadly would it have to be to kill a pest of similar genetic code to humans? Imagine that same chemical is added to all of our drinking water to supposedly cure us. Now let's go one step further. You don't have any choice in this situation. Hello fellow conspirators, and welcome to our channel, Conspiring Conspirators. Subscribe and share if you haven't. Enjoy the video. Conspirators argue that fluoride is essentially a deadly chemical added to certain nations' water supplies without the consent of its democratic population. A key argument against the fluoridating of water is that 97% of Western nations have survived without fluoridating their water. Why in the world do we have to do it without our consent? Not only that, but an untested drug is being inflicted on the population. People are well to stay cautious of any government giving us quote-unquote medicine for no reason. There have been over 34 human studies and 100 animal studies linking fluoride to brain damage, including lower IQ in children, and studies have shown that fluoride toxicity can lead to a wide variety of health problems. Essentially, conspirators argue a chemical more dangerous than lead is being added to our water. How in any world is that sensible? On the other side, we have the government. The government argues that everything is okay within regulation. Any chemical added in moderation can be taken by the general population without major negative effect. For example, enough coffee drunk at one time could kill you. Yet most of the population engage in coffee drinking. Governments who place fluoride in their water supplies go one step further and state fluoride is naturally present in our groundwater and ocean water. Water fluoridation is the adjustment of fluoride to a recommended level to just like prevent tooth decay. This level is extremely low, and studies on populations who have fluoride in their water supplies acquire many health benefits. Fluoride has been shown to reduce tooth decay and cavities substantially. The government has substantial organizational backup along with scientific studies. More than 100 leading organizations in medicine and healthcare recognize that fluoride in water is effective. For example, US Surgeon General and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention both support the fluoridation of water. Okay, so we have seen both of our arguments. On one side, we have our conspirators seething at such a breach of human dignity and choice, while at the other end, the government argues that these measures are helping you. Well, let's take a look at our con scale. Basically, the scale quantifies or measures how plausible a conspiracy theory is. 1 on the scale means, nah mate, go home. A 10 on the scale means, wow, you got the shit. So some key factors we use are why, how, who benefits, who has more support, what arguments are given. Now that we have dealt with that, let's begin. Conspirators argue that this exists because the government wants to keep us docile and control us. This theory is slightly plausible as authoritarian governments are often loved by politicians. It could also be easily undertaken as contracts have been signed with water companies to fluoridate their water. However, no one seems to benefit from this conspiracy. Politicians drink the same tap water as us. Not to mention, scientists nearly unanimously support the government on this. The arguments given by the government also make much more sense. So here are my opinionated scores. Why? 4 out of 10. How? 7 out of 10. Support? 2 out of 10. Arguments given? 3 out of 10. So this gives us an average of 4 out of 10 on the con scale. So yeah, this theory isn't too bad, but it's just borderline implausible. Later on, we'll revisit this if any changes are made to the theory. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed our video. What do you think about this conspiracy? Do you agree with our scale? Discuss this in the comment section.